This is about impressions and expressions. So, I'm going to express and you're going to impress. So we've got about half an hour for this session, 40 minutes or so. What we're going to do is that questions, rapid questions, and then you comment and you express. Because now this is the point where we have come to the tail end of the whole show, and we are going to squeeze everything and give the nectarian amrit to the members of the organization and the devotees. Okay, number one, the first one. Brother Veeru, I heard you say, I've been listening to what you said, and these are all gems. These are gems meant for devotees to take back, because this is important. Because the theme is being happy, benefiting all, and balancing life. You said a very powerful experience that Brother Anil Kumar said about the Mercedes Benz. You said that in the workshop. I don't think many of them. Can you just repeat just that experience? And then we'll do that. You don't have mic.
Sai Ram, and thank you very much, Brother Suresh. This is an experience that Professor Anil Kumar sir had shared. So once Swami had bought a new, somebody had offered Swami a new Mercedes Benz car. And so Swami took Professor Anil Kumar and showed him the car and the various lovely features of it, and both of them admired the car. And then Swami put a question to Professor Anil Kumar and then said, "Hey Anil, what do you think the cost of this car is?" And then, or I think Professor Anil Kumar asked Swami, how much would this be costing? And then Swami told him something like around $25,000 to $50,000, some figure, very high figure. And then Swami asked, Anil, can you get me a car like this? And then Anil Kumar sir said, no Swami, this is too expensive, where can I get it for you? Then Swami said, "Gee, after staying with me for such a long time, is this the answer that you give me? The answer should be, Swami, with you by my side, not one car like this, I can get you 10 cars. That is what you should be saying, that with your grace and with you by my side, I can do anything."
This is the essence of being happy. Because if you're happy, you can easily provide everyone and benefit all. This is a very powerful experience to change the mind of this poverty to abundance, to nothing to everything. Swami said, if you are with me, you should be saying that I will be able to buy you 10 cars. See, when we have, what am I don't have time, I cannot commit to energy, I'm not able to do, I'm not sure what will happen. When we have got so many of these obstacles, if we are with Bhagavan, you will have the confidence to say that you will be able to commit and achieve everything for Swami. And that is what this abundance really means, isn't it? With this, you think people can get more time, more energy, more effort? You know.
With Swami by our side, do you think that we will get more energy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because we're not able to hear echo clearly because of yes. Yes, without that, there is nothing else. I mean, there is no, like Swami says, the one before the zero. Once you have the one before the zero, then our value goes up and our energy goes up, our ability to perform goes up. Without that, very soon we will dry up.
Because Swami said family life zero, career zero, university, everything zero, and then you put Swami at the end. That means there was only one. But put Swami in the fun, then you'll find it will be crores and crores and crores. You will become multi-millionaire. If you put Bhagavan as number one, that's what you can do. Yes. Brother, uncle, you wanted to say something just now, I know. No, you okay. No, you wanted to comment about that just now. You said that Swami, we will get a lot of energy, a lot of power, and a lot of things. And your life has been totally intertwined with Swami. Is it not true?
Saira. 10%, 15% only, tell Saira. 95% or 5% balance, Saira. Says, the energy Swami comes, we are all zeros. In the beginning, we are only zeros. Today, we are heroes. In a way, we are carrying Swami from here to the home. So, the energy is energy you have, you did not realize all these days. Today, after the convention, we have realized that Swami is in me, in you, in everybody's heart, which is infinite energy, which gives you. Only thing is, my question, use it in balance in life. That's my question. So therefore, use the energy that God has given you. For every human has got energy. Only thing we don't know how to use it. But here our Sai convention teaches you that energy is there. Use it beautifully for the welfare of the world, for the welfare of the humanity, so that the entire world will be in peace. Right?
Yeah, Uncle, and you said one experience yesterday which I heard, that you were driving the car and there was a buffalo, you tried to miss the buffalo, the car went down and the whole car was crushed and literally things were very bad, and you went back to Swami and you said to Swami, Swami, it is only because of you that you saved me. And Swami said, no, I did not save you. Take the story from me.
July 29, 1990, sorry, 27 years ago, I was driving the car, and a friend of mine was there in the front seat, and my wife was in the back seat. And so I was driving the car, Bangalore to Puttaparthi, for 7 kilometers before Chikballapur. A buffalo came. You know, I was also known as Buffalo by Swami. So another buffalo came, classmate of mine. So I applied brake. And I applied brake, the car went to somersault 1, 2, 3, 4. We were rolling inside the car and it stood on its wheels. And then the roof was torn. There are two suitcases in my car. One was for me, other is for Swami. Swami's suitcase was in the car as it is. My suitcase was in the road. I asked my friend to get down and see whether anything broken. He got out, he showed his hands and legs and everything okay. I asked my wife, you get down and see. She says, okay. For me, the right collarbone was broken. Here. But I could not lift my hand to this extent on that day. So I got out, I took my suitcase in the left hand and put it in the car. Slowly, like a bullock car, like a buffalo driving, slowly. Went to Chikballapur, reported our people. They came and saw the car, they thought we were dead. So we went back to Bangalore. They wanted, the doctor said, no, multiple injuries, bleeding, inside, muscle bleeding, all these things, scanning. I said, no scan, man, we are all Sai devotees, we are going back home. So we came back to Chennai, sent a telegram to Swami that we are to come after 2-3 weeks. So we went to the doctor, there's nothing there, some bandage. So after 3 weeks, I went to Puttaparthi. There was an override, the airport was in charge of the Sai airport, with a friend of mine. He came to me, hey, what happened to the accident? I said, I have accident. What accident? Hey, on that day, on the 28, 10:45 a.m., 4 somersault, all things he was telling me in detail. I was afraid. How did you know? Swami told me. What did he say? Swami came out at 10:49, 1 minute after the accident. You know that from Buffalo? He drove the car. Another Buffalo came. He afraid. Swami told that override. Then I went there, I supported her, I went inside the veranda. Swami came. Swami looked at me, he looked at his eyebrows. Me? How are you? I don't know. That's all the answer. Next day, he was going to Vrindavan. He also come to Vrindavan. Okay, to Vrindavan. There were Japanese, about 400 delegates were there. So generally, whenever he asked me to speak, I generally give a stanza, sloka, prayer. Hey, all those Bhagavad slokas, talk later on. Talk about car accident. So I said, car accident, this what happened. And Swami, I saved me. He said, hey, stop it. I did not save you. Swami, if you are not saved, who would have saved me? No. You tell me, Swami, I don't know. If I tell that you did not save me, all the people here will picture me when I go outside. So please tell the truth. He said, Whenever you come to Puttaparthi, whenever you are doing service, not only Puttaparthi, wherever you are, whenever you do service, seva, not service. Service means 30 days of you take salary, that is service. Here, seva, you give, you don't take. When you are doing seva, when they ask you, they say, thanks, sir, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord, thank the Lord. You said so many times. All the good reactions came to me. I opened an account in my spiritual bank, in your name, in my spiritual bank. This bank does not require any signature, and it keeps on accumulating. According to your karma, on January, July 29th, 1990, you are supposed to have been dead. According to Prarabdha Karma, you were no more from that day onwards. Because you accumulated so much in my bank, that half of it came to you to rescue you. And for the sake of the karma, one accident, simple accident without any pain. I had not saved this karma with me, you would have been dead. So what does it indicate? We got to do seva to everybody with love, expecting nothing in return, and you must congratulate that man. He has given the opportunity for you to serve him. They are the most precious person to whom you are serving. Take that and accumulate. Automatically it comes. Swami says, if you want to open an account in a bank, you require signature, somebody has to recommend, somebody has to this. And if you want to take a loan, so much of property to be given to the bank, the bank automatically comes. Don't declare. You don't declare 24 hours, 365 days, the bank is open. But that doesn't mean you should not keep on accident. Accumulate. Seva, nothing else. Service is, we are not doing service. Seva. English people do not know the meaning of seva. They do not have dictionary. The seva word is not in the English dictionary. It is a Sanskrit word. When you ask somebody, it is known as transcendental loving service.
Amazing. See, this is the basis of the second part, which is the benefiting all. From the avatar's lips came the process of it. If the people take some time, energy and effort and sacrifice somehow and give time, somehow the merits are going into bank, it is opened in your name and is keeping that bank. And whenever we have some problems and issues, these are we are continuously drawing without even a signature. It just comes out. So Baba said to him that I did not save you. It is your own merits that have saved you.
Your own good reactions of yours, or I am the custodian of your good reactions. I can give it to you back. So that way in Sanskrit we call it Dadati Pratigurnati. Dadati means you give me first. Then I will give 100 times, many folds. So learn to give to God. What is that you are giving? Not money, not anything. Your love. If you give your love, He gives you 100%. Dadati Pratigurnati. Learn this habit. Always learn to serve people with love. You don't expect anything at this age. Even because the moment you are expecting, you are going to reborn again. This is our last month. Last month I want to tell you about your convention. In Hiranyakashipu's time, please listen, this is careful, I want to know about all of you people should know. During Hiranyakashipu's time, Prahalada was there, you know that. Lord Brahma appeared and told Prahalada that I have come here not only the Lord Narayana did not come to annihilate your father but also save you. Then he also says, in Kali Yuga, Lord will come to save several children. Then he said, then this Prahalada is going to come in this form, it doesn't have other form. No. He come in a very beautiful form. He describes whatever I described. I'm going to say now, it is mentioned in the scriptures, it is there. His ankles, his color of his ankles is golden color. The moment every limb is proportionate to the other. When he comes to his neck, he has got Adhirga Pivar Krivo Vaksastale Alpamadhyamam. He has got a short, stout, thick head and a small waistline. And the moment you lift his head towards his lips he has got a pinkish lips. The moment he smiles at you, your ocean of tears dries up. The moment you lift your further up, on the nose you see beginning of the nose, there is a black patch. You see that? That is known as Brahmandala, where entire cosmic energy is concentrated. The moment he looks at your life, looks at you, Darsanam Papanas and all your sins have been washed. He has got eyebrows, curved eyebrows. See that? The moment you lift your eyebrows towards you, you are lifted from hellish condition to heavenly condition. In Kali Yuga, you should not wear golden crown. Therefore, his hair becomes his crown. Siddha Krishna Kesi Kiriti. What was not most beautiful black curly hair as his crown. That's how Lord is going to appear in Kali Yuga. Balasya Neha Pitro Narsimha Deva. Narsimha Deva, he comes in form of Lord Swami to appear. Yours is the first thing the word which I saw, giving importance to the Balavikas people, especially adolescent age people, to convert them, to give them, to make them realize the responsibility of converting this country, the world into a peaceful country. Thank you very much once again. I must thank all your organizers on behalf of Swami. I am certainly going to convey to our people the way in which you have conducted, beautifully conducted, especially for the children. Thank you. Jai Ram.
So, Brother Veeru gave the entire essence of being happy. By that one experience, he said, if you are my devotee, you have been so long, you should tell me, instead of buying me, say that I cannot afford, say that with your grace, I am prepared to buy 10 cars. It's a very powerful concept in the subject matter of abundance. If you have a lot of abundance and you feel that everything can be within your reach, you will feel all the time happy. The fact that you are unhappy is because there are a lot of people who continuously worry. You know, the lizards used to do that very well. The lizards have stopped doing it because humanity is doing exceedingly well. So, in medical terms, we call this the Chinchak syndrome. But now, with his Brother Veeru's point, from now when we go back, we should have the confidence, never to worry, never, always feel very happy. Then Uncle gave the concept of the fact that if you just go back and continuously work for the mission of Sathya Sai, then you will find that you will continuously accumulate merits. From these merits, then it will offset some of the impending issues of karma that we have, and karma or kurma, both of it will be dissolved. We will transcend and reach the other side. But in order to achieve both, see, the very powerful, in order to achieve being happy and benefiting in life, you need to literally know how to balance now. From Brother Bishu's points, which I picked up, one point that gave the whole clue. Brother Bishu, yesterday when you were speaking, you said, put yourself in Swami's hands. Put everything in Swami's hands. And you will see Swami's hands in everything. It was almost like a Rajinikanth dialogue, you know, punch dialogue. But tell me, expand that, because that is where the essence of balancing life comes in.
Yeah, sure. That's what. When he says get up, you better get up. Because it is God's karuna flowing to him. That's what we should do when it comes to Swami also. I'll just give you one example, which I shared in the workshop. And Brother Murali, who was coordinating the workshop, he asked me to repeat this in 2-3 places. So I think perhaps it is important. So this happened in Kodaikanal. You know, when we go through life on our own, it is a race. But when we go through life with God, it is grace. And we have this choice to convert our life from just being a mere race, a rat race, or to being a continuous series of grace. So this happened in Kodaikanal. Bhagwan, at the end of the sessions, generally would be on a giving spree. Every day is a giving spree, but in the final day it would be sort of the grand finale. Swami would give all the other people who have worked to make the entire trip successful. So there would be the gardeners, there would be the workers, there would be the people who helped in the kitchen. And Swami would give them gifts like they would have never ever imagined. He would create a diamond ring, he would give it to the gardener, he would give the best, costliest sari to his wife. Never, all would be just in heaven, in the sense that they would never imagine that someone would love them so much. So as Swami was doing that, Swami also would always give all the security people. So Swami asked all the boys to make packs of clothes, and whenever Swami gives clothes, he would also give stitching charges. So Swami gave, asked the boys to make these packs, 20 packs of clothes and 20 envelopes. And Swami went for darshan. Swami asked all the security people to sit in the bhajan hall. And as Swami went to the hall, Swami just had one look and he came back. And he told all the boys, how many we have? He said, Swami, 20. Only 20. Because there were 100 people sitting there actually. And what do we do now? And the boys said, Swami, we'll make the packs. We can make the cloth packs quickly. And, but who will make the envelopes? Nobody has money. Boys obviously don't have money. And who will have all the, there are only 3-4 guests. So nobody has like that much money to make another 80 envelopes there. And Swami was like, okay, sorry, darshan koi was come. I just said, I'll go for darshan and come back, we'll see. And there was this one gentleman who was very, very concerned, he really wanted to do something, look at how much money he had and just some way if he can garner that much amount to create another 80 envelopes. But it was not possible, because they did not have that much cash sitting there. And so Bhagwan came back after the darshan rounds and he was the same blissful, beautiful self, and as he entered Sai Shakti, he stood just at the entrance, and that is where this gentleman also was very concerned was sitting, and suddenly something dropped from Swami's hand. So it was this envelope and Swami asked him to pick it up. He picked it up, Swami said open it, he opened it, and Swami said what is there? He said Swami, notes. Okay, count it. So he counted the notes and it was, imagine, it was exactly the exact amount needed to make 80 envelopes. Okay? Now, but that is not what is important in the story. That is not what is the crux of this story. What is really significant about this story is what Swami said next. Swami said, I didn't do anything for this. This is not because of my divine power. I have used my divine power not even to little extent for this to happen. Why this happened? It is the power of pure will. And I remember Swami Vivekananda saying, a pure will is omnipotent. And that is how, if you see, all Swami's projects have happened. I will just want to draw a small comparison between Swami's projects and the project that happened in the corporate sphere. I can give many examples that I have also seen in my life, that I have experienced this in action. I think we all experience this also in Sathya Sai organization whenever we take up this project. But the only difference when I see any corporate project and a Sai organization project is, if a corporate wants to take up a new initiative, you will first organize, many material, you'll organize the resources, you'll organize the people, you'll organize everything, and then, decide a plan, etc. And then you will, once everything is there, you start. But with Bhagwan, it is always different. He always only has the pure will. He'll just announce on November 22nd, 1990, he will just announce that, I'm going to build a super specialty hospital, and 5 months down the line, no one has any clue how it will happen, but it will happen. Why? Because of the power of pure will. So I feel that is how, there is no reason for us to at any point in time get intimidated with resources, or this is not there, that is not. All we need is a pure will, and believe in the power of a pure will, because once there is a pure will, the universe will automatically arrange itself to ensure that pure will manifest, because the universe loves purity, the universe loves abundance, the universe loves to be a happy planet.
Fantastic, amazing. I think in short what you are saying is, connect to the source, you will get all resources. Source, Sathya Sai is the source. So I want to ask, because we are running out of time, Brother Veeru, what is your final word or experience, or what is it that you have seen in this Sathya Sai Convention? And what is your impression?
I feel very inspired myself. As I said, for me, it was a pilgrimage. When I was making to Malaysia, a land where Swami's mission had been carrying on with great gusto for so many years. So thank you very much for giving me the inspiration, and thank you very much for actually giving us an opportunity to learn from you and speak with you. I think what Uncle Jaga said towards the end, that we have a vision of being a channel to uplift the consciousness of humanity. That's the mandate that Swami has given to all of us. He has given us an opportunity to be a part of this wonderful spiritual adventure, wonderful spiritual journey, wonderful spiritual excitement. And what other opportunity can we have in this life as youngsters for the youth especially, to be a part of this mission. That's what I felt being in this convention. You have a wonderfully strong SSC program, Balvikas program, and I think that's the foundation to transform this consciousness into the next era or into the next paradigm. So I think you have all the elements in place. As long as we hold on firmly and make Swami the center of this transformational process, as long as we keep on to that, and I see good elements, I see good evidence that Swami is the center of that. If we keep that as our focus and carry on with all the other wonderful projects that we are doing in Malaysia, I think the vision that Uncle presented to us, transforming consciousness, is not far, and we'll let you know.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Very nice words. Uncle, I know you said just now a few words, but I'm sure you'll be able to add on to it. Final impression. What is the impression that you have of the Sai Convention in Malaysia on the whole?
I already told you my impression. I wanted something about the students. Those who have been graduated yesterday, they are going to be a valuable assets for the country. They may go for higher studies to USA or UK or Australia. My request is to come back, serve your mother country. Don't stay there in America, Australia, UK, no. You only take money but no grace. Here is the one, if you want to have freedom, if you want to have noble birth, come here, serve your mother country. All the countries are for money and for material values. We don't require material values, you have to earn spiritual values. The spiritual values comes under your Sai Convention. And it happened in Malaysia. You were born in Malaysia, brought up in Malaysia. And you joined your Balvikas class from 5 years to 16, 20, all are teenagers. I saw so many people, I was so happy. I wish I was young, I could also join the Balvikas. There was no Balvikas in our environment. We were there. But we are proud of people. We are proud of them. We are very happy. You take it from the Swami, you will be very happy to see these children. Swami will certainly bless them, bless the organization, bless the parents, and bless all of you. Sai Ram.
Thank you. All the students, to come back to Malaysia to work, don't settle overseas. That's the message. Motherland. Brother Bishu, impression, expression.
Some time ago, I had this conversation with a couple from Bangalore. They are a very devoted couple, and this person, Mr. Shekhar, I can mention his name, he was someone who grew up in Vrindavan. All his life, he had seen Bhagwan in the Bangalore ashram, and someone who was so attached to the Bangalore ashram and so attached to Swami, literally because he lost his parents also when he was very small. So Swami was like a mother, father, guru, guide, everything. And when April 24, 2011 happened, he was so devastated that he immediately dropped everything, and like so many in India and elsewhere, he just rushed to Puttaparthi. And with a lot of difficulty. And so he was there sitting in Sai Convention Hall with his son. He was then 12 years old. And he, sitting there, was just unable to control his emotions, because you just feel like you're become orphan, with absolutely no preparedness. And he was just crying. He's a very, very strong individual, but he was crying uncontrollably. Okay? And his 12-year-old son was there. And for a moment, he just looked at his son. And this fellow was just looking at the samadhi, and he was not crying, he was not depressed, he was just staring at the samadhi. And he was like, I brought him up with so much of love for Bhagwan, he grew up as a Sai child, and today Bhagwan is not there, and he's not even, feeling that remorse. I'm crying here, buckets, and he has absolutely nothing happening in his heart. So he asked his son, what are you thinking? And this fellow He says, Father, I am offering gratitude to that body which gave shelter to my Swami for 86 years. So, I feel the golden age is here. I remember asking so many people during conversations, what do you think about the golden age? And I remember one person saying, golden age is already here. You got to see it. You don't have the drishti. You know, if you can see it, the golden age is right here. And what I have experienced here in the last 2 days, 3 days is the grandest glimpse of the golden age. Because the kind of clarity, the kind of expression, the kind of maturity, the kind of understanding of what is Bhagwan, what is the inner self, the way everyone was communicating, especially the youngsters, it really blew me off. And I just felt, who says, let's not talk about negativity at all. There's so much of positivity. You know, the best way to spread love, to make the world a better place, is just spread it with more fragrance and all the unpleasantness will go. We just have to only propagate proper positivity with purity, patience and perseverance, and the world will become a golden age. And if you want proof of it, be in Malaysia, see this case. That's the only takeaway I would want to give to everyone once I go back.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. A lot of good words said about Malaysia and the Tapas organization. In 1996, Baba said, are you Pancha Kosha? No. Are you Pancha Prana? No. Are you Pancha Indriya? No. Are you Pancha Bhuta? No. Are you Manas? No. Are you Buddhi? No. Are you Ahamkara? No. Are you Chitta? No. Are you at least the Jivatma? No. Then what are you? Swami said, you are nothing but Atma. Baba said, you are not the 25 elements, you are the 26th element, which is Atma, which is what Uncle said. Fuse 4, 5 and 6 together. We cannot become just sage, we can become God itself. But the order to make it happen is only one thing. You see, you look at the mythological stories. All the great people did tapas like that for many, many years, and Brahma came, Shiva came. The way to do tapas in this modern day world is not to go renounce the world and sit in the Himalayan mountains and do like that. But the only way to do, true, there was a time in where I or myself thought the same and wanted to renounce. I went to my father and told my father, Acha, I want to renounce. My father told me, when you want to renounce something in the world, you must have something to announce. You have nothing to announce, so stay back and do the work. So I'm thankful to my father for guiding me well. So therefore, in the same sense, in order for us to do this, we need not go into that. But to do tapas is only one way. I found, the only way to do tapas in this modern world is to take the Satya Sai mission. You look at it as a devotee, you can go to the center and do this little bit of seva, feed the poor, come back, go back to your work, come back to the center. This will just go in and out, touch and go, touch and go. We will not, until we go, we will be touching. And the life will just pass by. But the trick of the game is not to graduate ourselves and to evolve ourselves and come to a status where we take the mission as the number one priority. Mission of Satya Sai. When you put the mission of Satya Sai and continuously focus, take one activity, dedicate your life for this and make it big. For example, Sister Silpa is doing the parent care, focus on that one, make it expand. That is tapas. When you keep on doing like this, the mind becomes refined, the mind becomes very regulated. You will be able to transcend the mind and achieve great things if you keep the mind in tapas. Like this now, we have got a buffet of programs, the Satya Sai organization, as light program for the ladies. Take one, dedicate, move into the community and work hard, and you will accumulate the merits that what he's talking about. This was also stated in the Ramayana. When the Rama and Sita was going into the forest, and I always thought they should have been left alone. At least 14 years of honeymoon they would have had. Lakshmana never allowed them. Lakshmana also followed, and when they followed this into the forest, then the wife Urmila, she told Urmila, stay back. And he went along. For 14 years, he dedicated his life. When he came back into the palace, after the 14th year, Sri Rama, in the night, used to go to Urmila's bedroom. He used to go to Urmila's bedroom, and after 25-30 minutes, Sri Rama would come out. This Lakshmana saw, and Lakshmana was wondering, why is it that my elder brother is going to my wife's bedroom? and he cannot ask this question also because his elder brother, out of devotion, out of reverence, he kept quiet. This went on every night. One night he couldn't take it. So when Sri Rama was coming out, he pulled the screen. As he was stepping out, he saw Lakshmana. Lakshmana looked at Sri Rama. Rama looked at Lakshmana. Rama's eyebrows asked like that, means what is happening? Why? Lakshmana, Sri Rama explained. This explanation I will give it to you the next convention when you come back. To be continued. At least you will look forward to the 19th convention. Sri Rama said to Lakshmana, the reason why I go to your wife's bedroom, this is a very powerful story. When you go to the wife's bedroom, it's simple. Because you came, you dedicated your time and energy. What you were with me, but the one who sacrificed his time, the entire life for 14 years was she, Urmila. So when I ask you, you will never give me the permission. So when everybody is asleep, I go into a bedroom. When Urmila is sleeping, I go around her bed, prostrating in prayer, in reverence, in gratitude. I go around her bed like this 3 times. Every time. That is why I go around. I go to your wife's bedroom to pray. The moral of the story, you need not search for God. God will search for you if you sacrifice. Self-sacrifice is the first step to self-realization. Baba said this. Therefore, in Shirdi Sai Baba's story, there was a man who was standing there. Shirdi Sai Baba, he came, Swami, give me Brahmanyana. Stand there, he said. This man was standing there. And he said, he called this boy, go there and get me 5 rupees. The boy went and came back. Swami, there's no 5 rupees. Go and ask this man. And he came back. He asked 4 people. All the 4 people could not give the 5 rupees. He came back and he asked this man who asked for Brahmanyanam. He said, hey, you are having so many 5 rupees notes in your pocket. Why didn't you give me 1? He said, if you cannot even part with a little bit of money, how are you going to expect self-realization? What are the monies that does not mean that $5 is the cost for self-realization. What it means is that we must give our energy, our time. Nothing will come if you are so comfortable and you are so certain and your certain ways in which you are doing. Life is short, time is short. 18th convention you have come. You will now wait for the 19th and you will wait for the 20th. You will come and as you go back, you will also comment, how was the food? Convention was nice, the speakers were very good. Everything was fantastic. What do we do now? Wait for the 19th, wait for the 20th. We will continue waiting for conventions to conventions. Body will become old, hair will become white. It will also bend, and very slowly we will have to come to your house to chant, oh, Priyambakam Pujavane. So then this 6 feet 2 inch frame can get into a pot. You know that? This 6 feet 2 inch frame can go into a small pot. Not in this form, but when they burn me, when they cremate me, they will collect the ashes and put into a pot. I am portable. So this pot now, when they'll carry 24 hours, they'll come and carry, put all the ashes in the pot, and they will distribute it next day into the sea. For one reason, because they don't want me to come back. So they will make sure they will distribute it as far as possible. You and I are just a temporary passenger in this world. You have been given a chance, we have been given a chance where the Guru came, touched us, called us to the forefront. We cannot possibly remain complacent anymore. The whole world is collapsing in every form. This is the time of the Dharma Yuddha, if you want. This is the time of the Mahabharata. The whole families are dispersing. Divorces are taking place. Single mothers are rising up. Teenage pregnancies are going up. So all the ills are there. If you are pure, if you are united, if you are divine, this is the time where we should be having in touch with the people and the community, because this is the war that God has made us to be prepared for. Which is why you and I are wearing white, because white is the color of 7 colors. When it goes through the prism, disperses into 7 colors. 7 colors is diversity. This white is unity. Unity in diversity. Baba has prepared us to go and address the issues of the world and unite everyone. Because Baba said, in one speech in 1996, Baba said, he said, why is it that you're not yearning to become immortal? Baba said, body will die, but what will outlive the body is the ideals. If you're not suffused with ideals, you will find that with body, you will also go. But the trick of the game is that we must live an ideal, have a high yearning, and even if we die and go, that ideal will continue to live. This is what Bhagavan Baba has done. Today we do not speak of his Homa, we do not speak about his Yajna and the budget. We speak about the super specialist hospital, we speak about the water project, we speak about all these projects because this is the legacy. Baba is saying, oh devotees, I as the Guru have shown the way. Why don't you also do the same and follow me? Follow the master, face the devil, fight to the end, finish the game. Baba said, this is how you have done it. Therefore, I will also do the same, oh Lord, because this is what life you have given me. The soul must return back to you in the purest form. And till we die, we must continue to pledge and give every moment of our life to sanctify ourselves, to redeem our life, to become Swami's messenger in this world. Swami has sent 3 messengers for us to be reminded that this is the path that we should take. Therefore, dear brothers and sisters, let us make the repledge in this world. Let us realign ourselves to that goal, to the vision, and to the mission of the Sathya Sai Baba organization. Veeru and Bro.
No. I think when all of us go from this conference, let's take Swami with us and walk with him back into our lives and do our best and offer everything that we are able to do at his lotus feet. That will confer us happiness, peace, realization, peace in the world, peace in our life, transformation within and transformation without and transformation everywhere.
And that concludes this panel session with those nice, beautiful words. Till we meet all of you again, and I'm sure you will return back to Malaysia, because Malaysia's symbol of tourism is turtle. Turtle swims far in the ocean, but it always comes back where the eggs are laid.
I take back the inspiration along with me back to the United Kingdom, and I come here with all the gratitude and all the love from the devotees and from brothers and sisters in the United Kingdom to all of you in Malaysia. Thank you, Saira, and thank you very much.
We end this panel session and we wait for the next one. Thank you, sir. Give a big hand to these wonderful speakers who have inspired all of us. No questions. Just ask.
Oh, okay.
You have given all the answers. There's no more questions. No more questions.
All of you are getting your Sanatan Sarati or Sathya Sai speaks volume, everything. Yes, you are reading. Don't read, study. There is a difference between reading and studying. History books can be read. Once upon a time, there was a king like this. Mathematics, you have to study. So you have to study. Every sentence of Swami, if you analyze, it has got a meaning. You can talk about 1 hour. Swami said once in Kodaikanal, Swami gave a speech to the people that all the students, my devotees, are very, very good as long as they were with me. But the moment I go to the first floor, the ground floor, and each fellow put a deck here, another deck there, they keep on talking, all nonsense. When they go back home, they forget me and they think they're ordinary people. I am worried and concerned about our own children. So they should not forget me. This is what Swami gave a speech in Kodaikanal. 2 days later, he wanted me to talk. I went there. After some time I said, Swami said like this, wherever we go, we forget, as long as we are in Prashant Nilayam, we remember him, we keep him in our heart. The moment we go back home, we are like any other Manalas, any other monkeys, we forget. But it's not Swami said that. How to have Swami in our heart permanently? I give an example. A rich man has got a car, he has got a driver, he is a Sai devotee, and he said, I'm going to the office, keep the car ready. So the car is ready, the rich man sits in the rear seat, and I put the bhajan CDs, Sai bhajan. Yes, sir. And that fellow is not a bhajan CD driver is enjoying European music, and he smokes. He cannot smoke in the car because the boss is in the rear seat. So he goes, he drives very carefully, without overtaking, without crossing the yellow line. And when there is a signal, when the car stops the car, his friends calling. He does not want to see because he is afraid, because the boss is there in the rear seat. So he goes to the office, drops, and the owner says, go home, madam wants to go for shopping. He said, yes sir. When he goes away, he throws away the bhajan CD, puts his rock and roll music, and started smoking in the car, and goes to the friends. All the friends ask him to sit in the car, go for a tea, and he goes home. The parent says, "Why so late? Traffic jam, madam." Now you analyze the behavior of the driver. When the boss was in the car, very exemplary, very disciplined. When the boss was not in the car, he had his own. Which is better? Boss was in the car. Similarly, your body is the car, you are the driver, the rear seat Swami is there. When Swami is there, you are in the rear seat, you can't do anything bad. So therefore, you must think that Swami is in the rear seat watching you, everything of your action, your feeling, your look, your hearing, everything is doing. Therefore, you cannot afford to be bad, you will be good. So carry Swami in your heart forever. Sign on.
I'll just make only one statement, because Brother Suresh mentioned about follow the master. I feel if you always remember this one thing, the best way to value the master is to master his values. The best way to value the master is to master his values. I give myself to you, O Sa. I give myself to you, so you can use me. Here I am, here I stand. Lord, my life is in your hand. All my dreams, all my plans, Lord, I place them in your hand. I give myself to you, O Sa. I give myself to you, so you can use me. I give myself to you.